So today I'm going to be talking about animal rights and what the Bible says about like kind of differences between humans and animals in like having rights and stuff. So this is in the topic religion and science in philosophy, in GCSE philosophy, and it's all going to be from the point of view of Christianity. Christians believe in the idea of stewardship, which is like caring for the world and stuff, because like earth belongs to God, and so you should look after it because God made it. Quotes to support like protecting animals and animal rights and stuff. The earth is the Lord's. This is Psalm 24. The earth is the Lord's and everything in it, the world and all who live in it, for he founded it on the seas and established it on the waters. So this supports the idea of stewardship, because it's saying that God made the world, so you should look after it. Something else is in Proverbs 13:22, is a good man leaves his inheritance to his children's children. So although you could interpret it as just like a literal inheritance of money or belongings, because it's kind of saying to his children's children, it kind of suggests that it means like the environment that you live in. So you might, in an answer or something, you might mention like examples of climate change and stuff. So like reasons for animal testing. There's this word that you might need to know, vivisection, which means experimenting on live animals for medicine or cosmetics. So, reasons for animal testing and eating animals is it increases the lifespan of people, because animal testing means that you can like test medicine and stuff. The animals, there's like a discussion whether animals are sentient or not. Genesis says rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the sky and every living thing that crawls on earth or whatever. So that's kind of saying that people have dominion over the earth, and people are like more important than the animals in it. Like evidence in the Bible that humans have a soul but animals don't. So if they don't have a soul, then they're not like kind of favoured by God. So there was this philosopher called Descartes, and he said, I don't actually have the actual quote, but basically essentially he said that animals aren't conscious, so it doesn't really matter. And it's some quotes to support like animal testing and like and like or eating animals and stuff is, then the Lord God took some soil from the ground and formed a man out of it. He breathed life-giving breath into his nostrils, and the man began to live. So this is kind of saying God's breath has been put into people, but like nothing was mentioned about him breathing life into animals. And so God's breath can kind of be seen as like a soul or something. So that kind of shows that people are more important than animals. So some things against animal testing and or eating cruelty to animals. Other things, so things about like kind of not eating meat is you don't actually have to eat meat to get protein. In the Bible is the righteous care for the needs of their animals. So that means the righteous people care for the needs of their animals. So this could actually, technically it's definitely more on the side of like against animal cruelty and stuff, but it's just saying that you need to care for them so they have like fair treatment and stuff, not necessarily saying that you can't kill them. SeaWorld, the average orca life expectancy is 12 to 26 years, while in the wild it's 30 to 50 years. So yeah, that kind of shows that SeaWorld is really cruel and stuff. Things about animal testing is animals and humans have are like completely different organisms, and only about 10% of medical tests actually benefit research for humans. So like there's other methods. We should focus on animals' capacity to suffer. Some more Bible quotes to support protecting the earth is something from Exodus. So, for 6 years you shall sow your land and gather its yield. but the 7th year you shall let it rest and lie fallow. Yes, so, and the reasons for this are so the poor of your people may eat, and what they leave the wild animals may eat. So here, so lying fallow means you plant some crops which you're not going to harvest, and so this is done so that nutrients go back into the soil and the land doesn't end up being devoid of nutrients. But here it also says so that like other people can eat and wild animals can eat. So this is like clearly benefiting the environment and stuff. God saw everything that he had made, and indeed it was very good. This is from Genesis 1, and it shows that God liked the world and it was really good, and so you should protect it. Some more evidence which isn't to do with the Bible, but it's to do with the environment and Christianity. So Pope Francis wrote a letter in 2015 called Laudato Si, which means praise to you, and basically it's like saying, it's basically talking about the environment and how important it is to look after it. So a quote from it is, "We seem to think that we can substitute an irretrievable beauty with what we create." So it's kind of saying, look, no matter what people make from exploiting the land, it's not going to be better than what is already there. So yeah, I think that's it for this topic. I hope you enjoyed that video. Hope it was helpful. Good luck with exams. Love you. Bye.